Hello! It has been 6.5 years since my last post about having weight loss surgery. So I thought it was kind of time to give an update. I'm almost 10 years out from surgery. My surgery in March of next year will be 10 years. To give you some kind of background stats, my highest weight was 252 and my day of surgery weight was 241. I'm only 5'4", so that's obviously a pretty big girl. My weight this morning was 156, I think it was 156.5. So I'm just shy of 100 pounds after surgery. I have hit the 100-pound mark, but to be fully transparent, I can't take credit. It's when I was prepping for a colonoscopy. So anyways, I don't have a goal weight per se. Like, I'm pretty happy in my current state. My clothes fit well. I'm not embarrassed when I go out in public like I was before surgery. I'm not as toned as I would like to be, but that's my fault because I don't work out at all, but I should. And as a 45-year-old woman, as we all know, I should probably be lifting weights. But anyway, so what has changed in 6.5 years? Oh my gosh, so much. Well, first of all, we all went through a pandemic. Thank God that's over. In 6.5 years, let's see, I have gotten divorced, which didn't have anything to do with my weight loss surgery. That should have happened. I never should have gotten married, but that's a whole nother story. I have moved. My career is still plugging along. I'm still stable. I'm in real estate. And I actually thought by losing weight that I would be more confident in career-wise, and I have to say, oddly, I don't think that has changed at all. I kind of wonder actually if people were, when I was heavy, people, I think it was easier for them to talk to me, and I don't know why. So maybe that's just me and the vibe I'm putting out there. So something I need to work on. But what else has changed in 6.5 years? Okay, I got divorced. And the best news of all is I went into the dating world at 40 years old, and I did online dating, did a couple different sites, and I had no intentions of meeting someone for anything serious. I really was happy being single and actually wanted to be single. But lucky for me, I met the man of my dreams, and we've been together now almost 5 years. It's really like a little over 4.5. But I will say weight loss surgery definitely helped with my confidence in regards to dating in your 40s. When I had actually never really dated in my whole life because I married my high school sweetheart, and then that didn't work out. So then I married another guy that I had a one-night stand with and got pregnant. Wow, I am really oversharing right now. But anyway, so the whole point there, I had never really dated. So going into the dating world for the first time at 40, I probably wouldn't have done it at 100 pounds heavier. So weight loss surgery in that regard gave me a new lease on life. Biggest change besides meeting the man of my dreams and getting remarried, I had a baby. So I know it's kind of a big topic for a lot of people, is having a baby after weight loss surgery. What does that look like? Can you eat enough to sustain you and the baby? And obviously the short answer is yes, you can. I had a healthy little girl. She's 3 now. My pregnancy wasn't terribly different than my other pregnancies after weight loss surgery. My doctor knew I had weight loss surgery, so obviously I was on vitamins, and I just made sure to eat enough and protein, healthy foods, and that kind of thing. I did struggle with my weight a little bit after having the baby, but I can't actually attribute that to my pregnancy. I only gained, I think it was like 15, 17 pounds during my pregnancy. I think the weight gain happened, it was actually after I had her. I'd gotten up to like 170 to 175 pounds roughly. I think I did hit 178 at one point. But I think that had to do more with me not paying attention to my body. I was home a lot more. So I think I was eating out of boredom and not paying attention, kind of reverting to some old habits. And then in March of this year, to be fully honest, I did start taking semaglutide, which is the Ozempic injections that I'm sure you've all heard about for weight loss. And For me, that was the reset I needed, because I already have a very small stomach, but I was still obviously overeating to a point where I had gained some weight back. And I was getting real nervous there, because that was one of my biggest fears when I had surgery was, what if I gain it all back and I did this surgery for nothing? So once my weight started to creep up a little bit, I did get nervous. So I was so thankful for the semaglutide shot, because it gave my body the reset. Because on semaglutide, your appetite is less, you don't eat as much, it changes how your body uses your insulin. So it was just, for me, it was a good fit. And so that's what helps me kind of get back on track. And I'm down just, what did I say, 156? Yeah, I'm almost 20, roughly, we'll just say 20 pounds since starting semaglutide. What does my life look like food-wise almost 10 years after surgery? I still eat very small amounts, especially once I started the semaglutide. It's actually kind of gotten uncomfortable, because if people are paying attention to when you eat, they notice that you're not eating a lot. And some people have commented, and overall it doesn't bother me, but just recently, for some reason, a couple people have said something and I was a little self-conscious about it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So what I eat in a normal day. So in the morning, generally, I will have an egg and a piece of sausage or a piece of bacon, maybe with a small glass of milk. I'm old school. I like milk. If I don't have eggs and a piece of bacon or sausage, I might have a bagel. Lunch is going to be usually a sandwich. If I'm out and about, it'll probably be a kid-size sandwich, and I usually eat only half the bread. So obviously 2-sided sandwich, I'll take off one side and eat like an open-faced sandwich, or a salad with some protein on it. Dinner is, whatever I'm making for my family, whether it's spaghetti or steak or chicken, things like that. If I'm serving something with pasta or bread or rice, I cannot eat a lot of pasta, bread, and rice. It still fills up my stomach to a point where I'm uncomfortable. It takes forever to digest, and so I avoid all that stuff as much as I can. I do drink alcohol. I'm not a beer drinker. But like I said in my last video, it's very hard for me to eat and drink at the same time. So it's almost one or the other. So if we're going out to dinner with friends, if I don't have a drink like before the food comes, then I'll order dinner and barely pick at it. Maybe have a few bites, just because, again, I can't do both. Snacking wise, it's apples, cheese, nuts, things like that. And then sugar, my body still does not like sugar. Like if I eat too much sugar, I feel terrible for a very long time. That doesn't mean I avoid sugar completely. Like it's Christmas time right now, so I definitely had some candy. But, instead of like before surgery where I would have had 10 or 12 pieces of candy, now I might have 1 or 2. So all in all, that's a healthier choice, to say the least. What other changes in 6.5 years? I stopped dyeing my hair, so I've gotten a lot of gray coming in. But, I'm totally okay with that. That has nothing to do with surgery. But honestly, if I didn't have the confidence I do now, I might not have been able to make that decision. It does help also that my husband is my biggest supporter and #1 fan, and he's totally fine with me letting my gray hair go. So thanks, babe. Gosh, trying to think of like big concerns I had before surgery. I was scared it wasn't going to work. It works. If you do what you have to do, like your sleeve will do its job, but you have to do your job, which is it's a life change. You have to change how you eat. You have to change how you interact with food. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss food a little bit. Like I ate whatever the hell I wanted before surgery, which obviously was not a good thing. And the surgery absolutely changed my relationship with food in a good way, in a healthy way. And I've said this in my past videos, the surgery did for me what I couldn't do for myself. So I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, what are my fears? That was them, that the surgery wouldn't work. I gain it all back, which again, I'm almost 10 years out. I have not had that happen. What other fear? Oh, I had that fear of leaking. Like, I remember reading stories about people who said their sleeve, like the doctor didn't do a good job and suture it up, so there would be leaking internally after. I didn't have that issue, but I did ask my doctor a lot about that in the beginning. What other fears? Oh, skin. I was worried I was gonna have a butt ton of skin. I'm flabby, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I can't really show you right now, but I do have some loose skin in obviously my abdomen, but I've had 6 children, so I would probably have that even if I hadn't lost weight. But again, that goes back to I haven't been doing my part in that regard. Like, I should be lifting weights and working out more, and I'm just gonna have the excuse of life and kids and work get in the way, and I don't. It's not a priority to me like it should be. God, what other fears did I have going into surgery? I still don't tell a lot of people for whatever reason. That was just my thing. The further out I get from surgery, I'm a little more willing to tell people, because at this point, if you're going to judge me, then that's on you. That's not my worry. I don't know. I don't want to lose too much more weight. To be fully transparent, my boobs have almost completely, they haven't disappeared, but as I continue to age and they continue to sag, I don't like that part of it. Obviously, I know I can get a boob job, but you know, I had really big boobs before surgery, and now I'm like a C at best, but it's a real a real deflated C, we'll say that. So I'm gonna give you a full body shot, because I did in my last video, so you can possibly compare. I encourage you to go back and look at some of my original videos. So there's a front. I don't know that you can see that much. There's a side. I'll try to pull my shirt tight so you can see the back shot. And that's about it. But anyways, if you have any questions or concerns, or want to talk about any fears you have about weight loss surgery, I would love to be a supporter for you. I'd love for you to go back and watch some of my earlier videos, because it's kind of interesting to see me 100 pounds heavier. Well, it's interesting for me anyway. So anyways, hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or comments. Take care.